right, Republican House Leader Kevin McCarthy vowing to remove 3 Democrats from top congressional committees when he becomes the next House Speaker. Telling me yesterday on Sunday Morning Futures he will not allow California Congressman Eric Swalwell and Adam Schiff to serve on the House Intelligence Committee. And he would also remove Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar from the House Foreign Affairs Committee over her anti-Semitic comments. Joining me right now, the conversation all morning long is Fox Business's Dagan McDowell, Fox and Friends first co-host Todd Pyro, and he will join us in a moment. Dagan, interesting to hear some of the plans in place once Kevin McCarthy does take the gavel, although he is getting pushback from people like Andy Biggs, among others. We'll see how that plays out.
It's kind of astonishing that Ilhan Omar is on foreign affairs still, given her history of anti-Semitism, and she is a gurgling fountain of anti-Semitic tropes. This is a decade ago where she said, Israel has hypnotized the world. May Allah awaken the people and help them see the evil doings of Israel. Why she has gotten this assignment in the first place years ago remains to be seen. So Kevin McCarthy is moving ahead with this. I'm not dismissing it, but his job, assuming he does get elected Speaker of the House, is going to be a great deal bigger in terms of corralling his own caucus. There are a number of, when the Democrats were in charge, when Nancy Pelosi was House Speaker, I just want to remind people, there were 13 Republicans who voted for the infrastructure bill, along with Democrats. And there were 24 House Republicans who broke with the party and voted for that semiconductor boondoggle. So McCarthy needs to corral his own caucus the way that Nancy Pelosi was able to wrangle the Democrats to make sure everybody's in line. The Journal writes today about the farm bill that is coming up for renewal. It's a $1.3 trillion spending package over 10 years, and it will require McCarthy and his fellow Republicans to rein in the food stamp program, which was expanded during COVID. Let's see if they have the temerity and the tenacity to do that.
Yeah. It's a great point, and with a slimmer majority, it's going to be harder and harder to wrangle in common ground on all of that as well. I think it's a great point that you raised. We'll see how this plays out. He's going to need 218 votes from the floor to get that Speaker's gavel. Todd Pyro joining the conversation as well. Todd, your thoughts on some of these plans in place, not just plans to investigate the Biden family, the FBI, but also to remove people from these committees. Kevin McCarthy told me yesterday about all 3. And let's not forget how Adam Schiff lied to the American people straight away during the Russia collusion lie, when he said that there was Russia collusion in plain sight. He knew better. At that time, he was the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee.
Well, look, there's justifiable reasons for those 3 individuals to be removed from their various committees. But to Dagan's point, it is vital that Republicans start playing tough, start playing rough, do what Nancy Pelosi did. To Dagan's point, Nancy Pelosi played politics better than almost anybody, and she got a lot of Democrat things passed, got a lot of Democratic priorities moved through. Republicans in the House have to stop trying to be friends and maybe look a little bit more toward how the Senate Republicans have done things over the last couple of years. You won. Elections have consequences, that hackneyed phrase that we keep hearing, but it's true. You need to utilize that. And yes, you make the great point, Maria, that you don't have a huge majority, but you know what? You have a majority. Whether you win the game 40-0 or 41-40, you still win the game.